Okay, and the numbers are ticking up. Good sign. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Toon Kind at 12 frames per second. I'm Kraken, and today, uh, well, it's on the tin, really. It's going to be Cassius. Come look at this shit.
Yeah.
Unabridged title. So who else is here?
Well, obviously Cassius, my
Mhm.
boy,
Aw.
my silly vampire boy. He's here.
We love him.
He doesn't know what's coming.
We love him so much. He's stupid, but also the smartest of them three. Anyway, it's me, local bastard of the Squiddy Game server, Lewis. I play Tobias as always. He's the third whore of this game, and he will act like it. Thanks.
I look forward to it. On that note, I'm playing Craigory, and this is also known as Red Boys the game. Or Red for as long as Tobias
Red
is pissed
Boys.
off. Then it'll be
Red
back to Red
Boys.
Duo. But
Don't worry about it.
we get this started with Tobias and Craigory had a time not so long ago with a little thing called Trouble in Huesburg. And since then, Tobias was kind of tasked with the safeguarding of a particular bit of fucking cursed bit of kit. How's that been going for him? Has that been all right?
It's been going great. I feel like a very funny thing. Like Huesburg stops, he goes back in his clubhouse to finally rest. He does his little thing that he does every time the end/an adventure ends. He puts Buffy on the table and he stares at Buffy and he stares at the curse ring and he's like, "Oh God!" So he puts Buffy back in the Emma's space really quickly.
I don't want to know what the worst version of Buffy is. Oh no.
I don't want that to happen to her.
Buffy bites you.
No. Never. That can never happen. Anyways, Buffy is safe in the Emma space. Very confused about this.
Good.
Otherwise, things have been going good. He's been trying his best to, like, figure stuff about the mirror on his own. But there's probably been at least one instance where he decided, you know what? Fuck it. I can do this myself. And then he couldn't do this himself. And almost fucked it up and almost became corrupted. And that was very scary. And he does not want to do this ever again. And that was fucking shit. And he will not cry about it because he's a big boy.
Oh no. Oh no.
For context, for everyone, I could give you how the mechanics of how this little bit of the mirror works. Whenever you enter its vicinity, once per day, you have to make a wisdom saving throw to resist the urge to look into it. And then you have to make another one to avoid the adverse effects that follow, which are, if you look into your own reflection and you fail the wisdom saving throw, you get taken over mentally by the worst version of yourself, which is open up to interpretation on purpose, because we have funny times with that. But it's also really bad.
I didn't
Because
realize
you
there
just
was a
become an
compulsion
asshole.
to just pull it out and look. Good God.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Oops.
And obviously, as everybody might tell, nobody likes the worst version of themselves, least of all Tobias. And in his worst version of himself, he's literally like the worst person to ever fucking exist, because he is the manipulate, mansplain, man whore
Whore Incorporated.
entire thing. As also the gaslight gatekeep girl boss, but without the girl. Anyways,
Exactly.
not a good thing at all anytime. So if that ever possesses him even for a few minutes, he's gonna go make a call to Craigory and Lynn, because they're the only ones who know about this.
Ring, ring.
Thanks for the ringing noises.
Well, you get in touch with Craigory.
Oh no.
Oh, were you hoping for Lynn? Sucks to suck.
Gregory, it's about the mirror. Do you want to deal with the mirror?
Yeah, actually, you know what? This is probably a good time for that. Yeah, would you be good to, like, bring it over here? Here being Halloweentown.
I've never been to Halloweentown. That means that I need to take the train or some shit.
Yeah, cool. There is also teleportation. However you need to get there. I personally can't really leave at the moment, and Lynn's occupied. So, sorry to be inconvenient.
I'm not going to ask questions. Okay, I'll be there when I get there. Surely it is not a good idea to ask whatever the fuck is happening.
Craigory doesn't even know what's happening. Lynn's off on a case. Somewhere there's chaos.
Craigory does. Don't worry about it. It's fine, it's good, chill. But yeah, Tobias says, I don't think I've ever been to Halloweentown, so he cannot use the clubhouse to, teleport there.
Yeah.
Actually, I think during Trouble in Huesburg, you guys did make like a very brief pit stop there.
Did we?
To drop off the hostages.
Oh my fucking god, you're probably right. It might have been just Lynn hopped out to do that, but not wrong.
Yeah. Not wrong, yeah.
Tobias may have not set foot himself.
True, yeah.
In any case, even if he can't take the clubhouse there, it's just gonna be a tune montage, so it's not gonna take long.
Yeah, exactly.
A gorgeous traveling montage via train.
I love trains.
I love trains. Yippee, trains!
Yippee! And finally, he's here, and now he doesn't know where to look for Craigory.
Roll perception, I guess.
Yeah!
You know what we roll when we don't know what to do? Survival.
If you don't know what to roll survival. It's the funniest, and it will put you in
Survival is also very
situations.
relevant in Halloweentown specifically, which is why I just rolled for Craigory, and he got 4.
Where's my dice?
A 4.
Of course you did. It's your town.
It's recently his town, and listen, just
I'm not
what's your
listening
number?
to you.
What's your number?
Okay, so I have a +2 in survival. And I rolled a 17, so 19.
Is that perception or survival?
Survival.
Okay.
I mean, in any case, survival and perception both have a +2, so...
Alright, so, what this means... Oh, dear. Tobias, you get off the train station, and you know what you're here for. You have a mission statement. You've got...
He can, like, guess what the buildings are for, and so imagine the sort of location that he will find Craigory in.
Yeah, and Craig had also, like, mentioned he would, like, try to meet Tobias at the train station.
Try.
Keyword here being try. So, Tobias, you're feeling pretty confident. You just start on your way. Like, it's a town. Like, it's something heard. If you ever need the Stagehand's Requiem, anyone can always find it. Yeah, sure. Which means that along the way, you find Craigory, who very much did not make it to the train station.
Where am I?
Geez, I was kind of hoping the train would be late.
Hey, what happened to your hair?
Oh, these grew myself.
Damn, good job.
Thanks.
I'm not going to ask questions, actually.
You know,
Tell me
seems like a nice way to live your life. All right. Anyway, so
Wow,
what's
I don't know how to take this. Anyways,
what specifically can I do with? You sounded kind of urgent, so just figured Kirstef was getting you here.
Well, the shard acted up a little bit when we first found it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it acted up again, and I would rather it not do that anymore.
Right.
Or at least find a solution against it.
Okay, well,
You're a wizard, you're smart.
yeah, I'm smart, which is why I'm thinking through the various options. There's a pretty robust library here. Detect magic won't be super specific, but
Don't you have, like,
Could be worth a try.
something like identify?
you know who probably does identify actually? Huh.
What?
That's a point. You know what? I think I know someone who.
You look like you're in pain while you're saying this.
Listen,
You look like you're not us.
I'll pick up identify at some point. All right. The point is that even if Cassius doesn't have identify, Cassius doesn't have a reflection. Cassius shouldn't have a reflection.
Huh.
And he's a wizard.
That's a neat little trick.
Yeah. So he's probably immune. Let's go.
Okay.
Craigory's just gonna start leading the way and roll another survival.
I'm gonna wait until Tobias actually sees Cassius to do anything about it.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, there's a million Cassiuses in the world.
There's 10,000 Cassius in the world.
13 survival.
13! That's
bad.
pretty good for Craigory.
That's pretty good for Craigory. And here's the other thing. As we mentioned, this is now his home.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 21.
21 what?
Survival.
Jesus Christ, Halloweentown is favoring you. Somebody has a favorite.
I look at you with my big old eyes.
Craigory is just gonna mutter that and just like that took a lot less time than it usually takes. Well, okay, someone has a favorite. All right.
What?
Don't worry about it. In we go.
Okay.
In we go.
Craigory is going to roll, I guess, investigation to find Cassius. He's pretty sure he'll be around
to hunt down this boy.
Yeah. What?
Tobias has no idea what this Cassius looks like.
Wow. My boy.
Boy. Tobias has no idea what this Cassius looks like.
Oh, 13 in total? Ooh.
Yeah.
For investigation?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's usually one of his better rolls. Oh, dang.
You'd think usually a +8 would save you.
Mm-hmm. Not this time. Not this time.
He's not sure where
Hold on.
what Cassius is currently studying or into. He's
I'm
not sure
gonna
what
roll
section of the
investigation.
library he's likely to find this guy in.
I'm gonna roll investigation on him. That is a 15 plus 5. So
Cassius looks like, yet you find him.
it's because he's like, okay, well,
you know he's a vampire, and you know
it doesn't know. Actually, it doesn't know that he's a vampire, but Craigory said that he had no reflection, so
it's a pretty strong indicator.
That was a strong indicator that the guy might be a vampire. So you probably prefer to be in a part of the library that's darker.
And we're in Halloweentown. There's vampires here.
And if he's a wizard, that means that he's also in a part of the library that has the smart books. So combine the two together, and you find the guy.
Okay, so Obby, what section of the library is consequentially like the darkest and the nerdiest?
Honestly, probably magic theorem.
Nerd.
Unsurprising.
Nerd! He's a nerd! Listen, if you want to learn new, cool spells, you gotta learn about the theories and how the magic works. Otherwise, you just end up with nothing.
I just say some
So
words and
fucking
then it
funny.
works.
You just try it and see if it works.
I just tell a guy to go fuck himself, and usually that makes him explode.
You bards and your bard magic. Anyway.
Oh my god.
You know what? It actually makes sense. Craigory wouldn't necessarily think of this first because Craigory's a hands-on wizard. Books are a secondary resource. Gotta fuck around and find out first. Books are for figuring out where you're
Cassius
going wrong.
Yeah. Cassius is literally the opposite. He thinks about all the steps necessary to figure out exactly what he wants before he even attempts it. And then he attempts it with reckless abandon, but
but it's fine.
If you've already thought of that
because
far,
he knows
it's not
the fear.
abandon anymore.
Listen, sometimes you prepare to do it and you still explode.
And it's funny.
Sometimes you aren't prepared for anything at all and yet you explode. Anyway.
Regardless, you guys do find Cassius
lurking.
tucked away into a little corner where he's surrounded by enough books for it to look like a fortress.
Good Jesus.
And kind of like on top of one of these book piles is like a little black cat with a bobtail that is just kind of lounging lazily across them.
Keep the
kitty.
Gibbity cat.
Well, Craigory's walking over and then gonna like knock on the wall. Hey, Cassius.
I'm not interested. Oh, you're not Hugh.
Hold on, I
that is
gotta make
correct.
my story
I am
check.
not. That's not usually the reaction people to have to Hugh, though.
He keeps pestering me. What do you want?
That is an accurate reaction, Hugh. Actually, okay.
I gotta tell you my story.
20 history. Tobias with the 20 history. You know this guy, but he certainly didn't look like that when you last saw him.
It's like Cassius is focused on Craigory, and then suddenly from another side, they're just like, wait a second. I know you. We fought a ghost together in a library.
That makes things easy.
I mean, not really.
Oh, by the gods. And like Cassius rests both elbows onto the table and is just rubbing his temples with his fingers.
Yeah, you're still like that.
Hello. You are Tobias, yes. Hello. It's been a while.
Yeah, nice to meet you again, even if you seem very not happy that I'm here.
The displeasure is mine.
Yeah, I see that. Well, that's not our problem right now, because we really need your help with something, because someone doesn't have identify looks at Craigory.
Hey, that's not the main reason.
It is the main reason.
What makes you think I'm going to... What do you mean you don't have identify?
I mean that sometimes when you're, let's say, homeschooled, some people think some things maybe aren't important and they slip through the gaps, and then 20 years later or something you find out, wow, there were some gaps in my knowledge. Thanks, Pops.
God damn.
Anyway, point being, that's also not like the only reason. Okay, listen.
Jesus Christ, there's two people with daddy issues in this fucking game.
Don't worry about it. Shh. It's fine. It's fine.
No.
So, Cass, listen. The other, I would argue, maybe more relevant reason that I thought you could help us out with this little conundrum is, as a vampire, you don't have a reflection, right?
That's not typically a thing with vampires, so yes, I do not have a reflection.
Cool, great. So
I
you're
don't see how
probably
this
immune
is
to this
relevant.
curse.
Craigory, what in God's name are you about to get me into?
Okay, hold on. Tobias is gonna roll Hammer Space to get that,
Uh-huh.
funny little shard out.
Okay, now
Of
listen.
course. Cheat.
Not involving you in anything, it just basically would like you
I
to
got my
have a
D10.
look at something magically with your eyeballs, assuming that you are in fact immune to this funky little curse. And that's it. That's it. That's all I swear.
Woo!
And technically, call
We're
us
going on a
favor for
lot of
Tobias,
what ifs
so...
right now.
And Tobias pulls out a little thing that is rolled up in a tissue.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Red, you still pulled it out. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yay!
Craigory,
I
meanwhile,
hate
say Cassius,
this!
just like, and listen, like, if it still fucks you up, then, like, knock you out of it. And that'll be my bad.
Hold
You
on,
presume a lot about me.
You presume too many things about me. Okay, so I got 15. That's all. I don't have a plus in curse and
A
wisdom.
15 is successful, so you don't get the urge to look at it.
He's
But it
used to it.
tries.
He's used to
It
it. That happens
tries.
too many times.
Craigory just, like, reaches over and covers his eyes.
Mm.
Nuh-uh.
Covers his own eyes or Tobias's eyes?
Tobias's.
I'm fine, Gregory.
Just in case. I don't know, you looked a little unsteady there for a second.
You're looking unsteady.
You know, for someone who claimed that he can, like, make people explode with words, you might need more insults than that.
Maybe I'm not using insults because I don't want to insult you.
Aww.
Now get your hands off.
Hands up, backs away a step. Is like grinning.
You say that in a sing-song voice, and I can just imagine like Gregory doing a little dance as he picks her.
Yes.
I did
wiggle.
not get insulted.
He's just like
Cassius, completely unamused, looks down at this wrapped up thing and just kind of snatches it out of Tobias's hand.
Okay, well, you don't have a reflection, but still be careful with that. Jesus.
Well,
This
it would
Jesus,
be
cheese
helpful
and
if
rice.
you told me what I'm working with. So far, you've just given abstract details.
Well, if you had given me the time. Anyways, that's a mirror shard.
yeah,
A
helpful.
mirror.
Mm-hmm. Something about seeing your reflection.
So I'm assuming it's some sort of... You mentioned it's cursed. I'm assuming it's some sort of magical item, or at least has magical properties.
I mean, probably because it was in the body of that woman made of wood. And then once we cracked her up, she exploded into goose and she had that in the middle of her.
Wait, Tobias. Oh my god.
Yes.
Do you think that since it was in her, like, we only saw her worst self, is, like, the actual Aspen a good person?
Don't make me think.
You sure are. You are making a lot of... I'm... Cassius, like, with his free hand is pinching the bridge of his nose. Theorizing aside, did you at least cast Detect Magic on it? I would like to know what I'm working with here before I try to identify this thing.
Looks at Craigory.
Me, Kraken being like, did he cast Identify Trouble in Huesburg? Considering the chaos, I don't think so.
He did not cast Detect Magic, so...
Yeah. Craigory will take that L and do it right now.
There, and we may have forgotten.
Gonna do that right now.
Mm-hmm. So casting Detect
Douche.
Magic.
Wish.
Craigory. This is a bit of a weird one. Upon casting Detect Magic, the mirror shard does in fact have like an aura of magic, but it's not the school you're expecting.
It's not enchantment?
You get Abjuration.
Oh, fuck.
Abjuration, actually.
Okay, like, everyone does see, like, his eyebrows shoot way up at receiving that information.
A little too up for his face.
Yeah. Float.
Okay, so what are we working with here?
Well, things were kind of crazy when we picked this up. I've been thinking it was enchantment based on the effect it had on me, but I am not an abjuration wizard, so I'm not quite sure how it's abjuration, but it is.
Either abjuration.
See, I was thinking enchantment because
Cassius? Cassius looks so curious now. In fact, he's like lifting up the tissue to take a peek at this thing.
Yay!
Yeah, because like the whole thing was it affected like my head for a minute there. It's like that's why I was thinking enchantment. That's
By all accounts and purposes, it should be enchantment, or at the very least transmutation if it affects, perhaps in a more physical level. But
no, not transmutation because the effects aren't like A, not permanent enough, and B, there wasn't really like a physical aspect. So identify would be super duper helpful, I think.
All right, I get the point. Give me a bit. I don't have it prepared, so I need to ritual cast this.
Thumbs up.
I mean, like,
yeah.
Abjuration is mostly defensive spells, right? But he can do other stuff.
Defensive, protective, yeah.
There's like, you see Tobias with like the biggest thinking face that you've ever seen him with.
Unimpressed wizard stare.
There's like counterspell and dispel magic.
Yeah, that's again defensive in the sense that you're getting rid of an effect. This put an effect on.
Cassius is going to sit at the table again and just kind of set down the bit of mirror onto the table. Could one of you make sure nobody comes wandering close if we're dealing with something that dangerous?
Okay.
Got it.
I don't know if they're like in a separate room of the library or not.
We're in the darkest, nerdiest corner.
I mean, with doors and stuff.
We're in the corner only wizards dare to go. Only the most extreme nerds go here.
Tobias is going to grab a sheet of paper from the front of the library. He's gonna grab a lectern, do his best to drag it over there, and write on the lectern, "Do not bother." Identify an action.
That will keep wizards away, or draw them closer.
Yeah, but they will know not to interfere.
But yes. A very boring 10 minutes pass as Cassius very carefully ritual casts Identify to figure out what the heck this thing is. Eventually, once he's finished casting the spell, you kind of watch him as he sits down, like, still staring at it. and ever so slowly, both hands raise up to in front of his face, like in a little prayer hands motion.
So,
It's
how
bad.
cursed we talking?
Very. Were there more pieces when you found this thing, wherever you found it?
No.
Nope, in isolation.
I don't think it's gonna do anything, but can I do a history check, Obby?
Sure.
Yay! And I rolled a 16. And my history, I already forgot my history. It's +3, so that's a 19.
19. What specifically are you trying to remember with this?
To remember if he's seen any similar stuff, like fucked up mirror, specifically of the Mr. M kind.
Mm-hmm. Nothing recalls for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
There was an incident a long while ago. There was a Halloween celebration you went to actually, where the costumes kind of came to life. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember the guy in the mirror.
Yeah, this at least seems similar to that. If not, it might be the same thing. You're not sure though.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was this one time where I went to a Halloween event and we got turned into our costumes. And the guy that we had to beat up to get back to normal, he had a mirror that did that, so I don't remember if it was broken or not. It might have been.
Turning into your
It's
costume
been
isn't...
long enough that
Mhm.
detail's a little bit fuzzy to you,
Yeah.
Tibius.
Mm-hmm.
Similar effect, but it doesn't
It's
seem like the same thing unless the shards don't hold the complete effect, which is... I don't like that thought.
It's probably like Bubba or Marcel was.
Whatever this is, I don't think this is the entirety of it.
Well, considering that it looks like
but
a
what
shard, yeah.
Well, complete magical
but
effect.
from what I can understand, it is abjuration in nature. In the sense of
Mm-hmm.
it's keeping something inside of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Oh my god.
Even shattered? Still?
I
Even
mean,
shattered.
magic mirror shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive that even if it's broken, it's still upholding that, but
I mean, I guess if there's
that
something
doesn't
inside of it and it has that effect on people, it's kind of like the thing that's inside of it reflecting itself onto other people by making them the worst person that they could be.
Yes, exactly. It could be that through the cracks of whatever this is, now that it is broken, it's weak enough that it can affect despite being imprisoned.
I don't like the fact that
Cool.
Mr. M had the shard of this on him. I'm a little scared that he
Okay,
might
who the
have
hell are
more.
you talking about? Who the hell are you talking about?
For context, there was one animus where the engineer disappeared because he got kidnapped again, and we went to get him, and there was this giant fucking puppet who feeds off of misery who had him captured, and then we beat the shit out of it, mostly by me calling him a whore.
Somehow that's not the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard.
So did that not work on Aspen, or is that why she was goop?
I
mean, it feels more like the piece was more like fuel to make her, like a heart.
Ugh. I guess that means maybe we don't have to worry about someone trying to put it back together?
I don't know. I don't like whatever this is. It's... My suggestion, find a place to keep this locked up. Don't touch it, obviously, because it is not...
Duh.
If we want this to not be a problem, we need to make sure it doesn't get broken even more than it already is if it's containing something.
What if it's putting the pieces back together that might unleash the thing?
Are you suggesting we smash it more?
No! I'm just saying that if we ever find other pieces of it, we might want to keep them apart. At least until we figure out more.
Yeah, makes sense to me. Well,
in the meantime, Cassius is very carefully folding the little napkin over the mirror piece again. Probably be best if we find a place to keep this where it can't be found.
I mean, Lynn would probably know. She's the expert at this.
She is, yeah, and based on the fact that you called me up, I get the sense that just you having it hang around in harem space is no longer a comfy solution.
Well, I don't really want to, but myself nor Buffy nor anyone else had.
I've had success with keeping cursed objects just in my hammer space and never interacting with it. But
well, when we first got it, you did get possessed, so
yeah, but also that was out of hammer space and I was looking at it and not in a good headspace.
Cassius is shooting the both of you the most frustrated look.
We're faking!
That's not what... You didn't want to risk danger of anyone, but you still came to me to identify it, despite the fact you didn't know for sure it would...
He's just called Craigory thinking that I would get Lynn.
Wow.
Craigory told me to come here, and Craigory was like, well, I know a guy who doesn't have, a reflection. Let's go to this guy, and then it was you!
I admit that this is my bad for seeming to only come to you when shit's whack.
Cassius mutters something in a language neither of you understand.
What language is this?
What language?
Let me look. Gosh, where is it? It's abyssal.
Hold on.
Damn it.
Hold on. Do you?
That would have been so funny.
Craigory mutters sorry in abyssal.
Never mind then.
Cassius, the pronunciation,
Cassius
it's one word. The pronunciation is bad. It's recognizable in context, but good God, what? Where do you learn that out of a book?
There's there's a literal split second where Cassius looks alarmed that you know that, before he quickly disguises it back to impassive irritation.
Oh my god. We're doing great. Well, one now.
Whew. What now?
Don't.
Keep it contained.
Thanks for the suggestion. I will think about it.
Yeah, har. Cassius, thank you.
Not a problem, but you're not leaving just yet.
Okay.
Cassius is gonna roll hammer space. A 5. Craigory, you watch as Cassius reaches behind his back and pulls out his spell book. He opens it to a page and kind of just shoves it at your chest. Identify. You're copying this right now.
What?
So you don't bother me with this shit again.
Someone's in trouble.
Rolling on hammer space, quickly double checking. Where's that? Word rolls. Okay, so it's got 3. Okay, so Craigory also pulls out his spell book then. It's like, well, okay, you also pick a first level spell to learn then.
What? No, this is...
No.
What do you mean, no? Look, just he's gonna
I don't...
flip
want-
open.
Why does it matter? Just copy the damn spell already.
It matters because, like, look, it's polite, okay? It's equivalent exchange. Knowledge for knowledge, for tit for tat. Like, it doesn't come free. So, look, just here's what I got is opening up to first level spells list. Have a look, take your pick.
Cassius is just like rolling his eyes as he picks up the book and starts flipping through the pages. What first level spells does Craigory have?
Luckily, I had screenshotted this earlier.
Uh-huh.
Yeehaw. In the meantime, Craigory will now properly look and identify and be a good little boy.
Good boy.
Mm-hmm. Hilariously, I think Cassius is gonna take Detect Magic. Because there's a reason he asked Craigory to do it and not did it himself.
So we're both idiots.
It's
Does
fine.
Cassius admit
All of
which
them
he's
are
copying?
idiots.
No! He'd rather die than admit that.
The good
What
news
kind
is
of
Craigory...
self-sufficient wizard doesn't have identify? What kind of self-sufficient wizard doesn't have detect magic?
Exactly.
Craigory is pretty focused on identify. He's not gonna notice this, so if anyone's gonna call it out, it's gonna have to be his.
Hold on. I want to see if Tobias can see it.
Probably Arcana, maybe.
Okay, I'm
Some
gonna
kind of
roll
perception to see
Arcana.
which he's looking at. Cassius is like using his arm to block what he's writing.
Cassius isn't, but Luna is also conveniently like laying down
Fine.
in front
I'll
of Cassius in a way that it blocks the book.
I'll do perception and then I'll do. Can I do investigation instead because he's actively trying to look over?
You know what? Sure, I'll allow it.
Yay! Okay, so investigation and then Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation is a 16.
Yeah, you could definitely see Cassius picking out a specific spell as well as trying very quickly to make sure
Arcana
he
is a
isn't
nat
noticed.
20.
Oh my gosh! Well, okay. Yeah, no, you clock it immediately, Tobias. Cassius is like immediately pulling out detect magic as the spell to copy down, and is trying to do so in a way that no one is noticing.
Tobias looking at the book, looking at Cassius, looking at the book, looking at Cassius.
Cassius like slowly stops like looking at the book to look at Tobias.
Tobias staring at him.
Do you want something?
So detect magic, huh?
Hmm?
You know, perhaps you should go take a walk. Leave us alone for now. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, that is a 5, so you go, okay, I fucked it up enough, bye!
But yeah, that he just casted suggestion on, Tobias.
Cassius's personal fuck off spell.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say it's not gonna last the full 8 hours, but for like
for a few minutes.
either half an hour to an hour.
You get some time without Tobias to speak.
Kurt's just like huh? What'd you say?
What?
Oh, is Tobias going? Okay. Back to it.
Don't worry about it.
Is that suggestion?
Oh man, no.
The favoritism.
But I imagine if Craigory was paying attention, there would be some words. But he wasn't, so it's fine.
It's just two wizards studying. This is a classic wizard bonding activity. Oh, they're sharing
Parallel
spells.
play.
Look at them. They're friends.
Sure, yeah. Friends. Said in Cassius's voice, in the most begrudging.
And yet,
kind of just going along with it kind of way.
Hooray!
And yet...
Makes note to add identify officially to Craigory's list.
Makes a note to add detect magic officially. And then I think as soon as they're done is when Tobias finally comes back from the walk TM.
You whore! The voice immediately cracking. Don't fucking use enchantment magic on me. What's wrong with you?
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you might be referring to.
Slut.
You okay, Tobias?
Mm-mm. Got a little coward. We didn't want anybody to know he was copying was detect magic.
Really?
Cassius, like, you look over at Cassius, and Cassius just has, like, a little halo, and the moment he notices it, he just frantically bats it away, like, no, go away, I don't need this gag right now.
Well, now it looks like every wizard here has, every self-respecting spell a wizard is apparently supposed to have, or whatever. So, I think success is all around.
Yes, sure,
Craigory
whatever.
is going to hand said spell book back. He had a little flip through, like just in the lower spells. Like he was already flipped to the first level spells. He just had a little peek. See, it's okay.
He'd get to see what kind of level spells Cassius has got, as well as what type.
Yeah, he's taken note of what the trends seem to be.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Not gonna lie, kind of a third reason I thought of you for this was, again, I was assuming this was an enchantment thing. Seems like I was right, and that's up your alley.
Hmm.
I'm not sure I personally know anyone who's specifically an abjuration expert. Huh.
Abjuration is one of the more specialized departments. And to be fair, it's difficult to find anyone who specializes in any one magic.
They're all too cool. What can we say?
True.
True.
It's like, listen, as
Everybody
useful
can
as
agree.
evocation is, as much as I love Hugh, there's a lot of resources to figure out how to blasty zap a person. It's not that hard.
There's a lot of gagging telling someone that he's the worst shit you have ever seen, and same actually take damage from this.
Yeah, bards are wild for that. The
Wouldn't that
Yeah,
technically
Tobias
be
has
enchantment?
Diallo.
Wouldn't that technically be enchantment? Not evocation.
I don't remember. I don't do scholar stuff. I just try not to do charm magic. As in, like, actively charm a person. Calling them a whore is fine. Making them a whore for me is less fine.
It's not about. Oh.
Craigory's staying out of this one.
Craigory with the ends in the air, like,
Listen, like the
Sometimes life prevents doorways and obstacles that are closed otherwise, unless you can pry it open a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that.
I've got my natural charisma for this, thanks.
I tried lockpicks when I was a teen, and I broke them, and then I promptly just kinda broke the door open by force. So that's what Enlarge Reduce is for.
Enlarge Reduce is a good spell.
It is a good spell. You just reduce the door. You don't have to mess with the hinges or anything.
Yeah.
You just gotta put it back.
Actually, I should write that down to do that later. That would be funny.
Thank you for the polite reminders that you are both idiots.
I love being an idiot. That means that I don't have to uphold myself to its standard.
But consider
Ooh.
teen idiot who...
You just said something that made Cassius's blood boil, actually.
Yeah, baby! That's like an achievement for it. I saw the little Steam achievement like pop up on my screen.
Steam achievement, talk
There's,
shit,
like,
get hit.
Like, while Craigory's like continuing to joke, Cassius actually snaps his spellbook shut with like a loud crack that echoes, like a loud crack that kind of echoes through the library, and he just, with venom in his voice, goes, "We're done here. You're taking your mirror shard and you're going." And he's he picks it up, he kind of shoves it back into Tobias's hand, and he is going away. He's done. He's had enough of this conversation.
Stepping out of the way to let Cassius go past.
Yeah.
You stare at him living, and then Tobias, like, you're just very like, I fucked it up.
Wow, where's all your big talk now, huh? He's kind of prickly.
Oh, don't say it like that! Oh, I'm gonna go feel like shit for a few days and then I'll apologize.
Hey, it's alright. Like, listen, enchantment as a school is kind of it's a touchy subject on all sides a lot of the time. Like, you know, the normies think that necromancy is the school that causes trouble. No, no, it is 100% enchantment.
Like how you guys started immediately talking about that the moment the enchantment wizard left the room.
I mean, not gonna talk about it in front of someone.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll apologize to him later.
Yeah,
Probably not the right
seems
time right
like
now.
the
I think
kind of
he's gonna
person
beat my
to.
ass.
Yeah, give him time to simmer down, probably. I admit I don't know him that well. I'm just kind of curbing off rules I have of dealing with other grumpy people.
I met him like once and he was already grumpy, and also not of him.
Huh? He is young. How long ago was that?
I don't fucking know. Abby, how long ago was that?
Uh,
That was before Tobias even got his job at the studio, so like
yeah, it was a long
while.
time ago. To Tobias, it probably would have been
2 to 3 years? Question mark.
2 to 3 years ago.
Well, yours
Which,
are
yeah. Mm-hmm.
very recent for a vampire.
Yeah, I knew he was a young vampire. I don't think Craigory maybe had quite registered how young a vampire until right this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for a vampire as young as he is, he's doing a pretty good job.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but he still gets
But
pissed
still.
like a child.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Ooh. Dude, you look at me, I'm in tears. Where's my image?
Me doing delighted chin hands. Do you guys want to roll insight, maybe?
Would love to.
I love Roadside. I
Oh,
lost
hell
my
yes.
dice. Oh, there it is.
Good job.
19.
18,
Plus
19
plus 2 for insight.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yippee.
Mm-hmm. I mean, generally basing off of the general attitude that you've seen with Cassius
Pompous.
and some of the context clues you've been given with like Tobias sharing the info of like how recently Cassius has been turned, kind of behaves like a child because he still kind of technically is one.
He's still so young. He's not just a vampire that looks young. He is young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got turned when he was about 17.
Oh,
And part of being a vampire is you get stuck at that age.
And now he's
So
like,
he's kind of
shitty
stuck in
teen.
perpetual
teenager.
perpetual shitty teenager who is being constantly angry because that's all he knows.
And in actuality, he's more like 20 years old, but he's stuck at 17.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
God
rough.
Damn, buddy, I'm so sorry.
You thought being a vampire was bad? Now try being a vampire who's stuck with perpetual mood swings.
Oh no. That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my bit of lore.
I mean, we can have an FPS later for Tobias to apologize.
Yeah.
Well, if you like, yeah, Lynn and I could hang on to the shard for at least the meanwhile.
At least for a little bit, thanks.
Yep.
Say, you wouldn't happen like to know anything about plot stuff? Like as in plot with a big P.
Are we talking like a specific plot, or the concept of plot, or...
No, the concept of plot.
Oh, that's way easier to address. I guess at this point, yes.
Oh, thank God!
Why?
I'm kind of following it around because it fucked up with me, and my plot did not realize itself correctly, and so now I need to follow it to figure out what it wants and find a new plot for myself. That's the TLDR.
Huh.
But it's getting a little harder to find out what it wants from me.
Huh. Okay, I admit that it's not a problem I thought about anyone having. Okay, so I don't think I have answers off the bat, but we are literally in a library. Could spend some time having to look into that.
Yay, I love books. Doesn't.
Rolls insight to see if he's sarcastic. Got a 5.
He's so not sarcastic. He loves books. Also, I'll be right back.
Craigory's excited to find a fellow library lover. Oh boy, let's go. Tobias being dragged along like a sad cat on a leash.
Just like, no.
You have activated wizard.
Sorry, my brother needed something. I'm back.
Valid.
Craigory entirely believes that Tobias is in fact excited to be doing wizard research.
Yay! I mean, he's excited. He likes books. He doesn't really like when he has to be in the library and look at every single book. That happened once and it was boring.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you've got.
Yeah, but then you fought a ghost afterwards, so.
Well, now you've got wizard expert taking you by the arm and is like, okay, so this section of the library is basically just going to get going on what he knows how to do best here, which is to start narrowing down the information that can help.
Yay!
Oh, it's just investigation, Obby.
Yeah.
You do investigation, both of us.
That'd be fun.
Well, that is a 6 plus 5, 11. That's my lowest roll.
Okay, Bard.
Oh.
To be fair, he's never been in this library.
Yeah, that's also a point. Craigory's becoming familiar with this library. He's been spending time here.
With a 26. Okay. I imagine, Tobias, you start kind of looking at the theories that are kind of like in this section. Though
he's also very small, so he can't look at like the higher ones.
That too. But it's actually Craigory who actually knows where to go. Because the whole concept of plot is less a magical theorem and more of a narrative or perhaps even a religious theorem in the case of Toonkind.
Yeah.
Boy, he does have a good religion modifier. It is also a plus.
Nice.
And here's the thing. I look at Obby. The thing that might also be kind of relevant here is Craigory is now the warlock to like an aspect of fate itself. So
that
this
too,
is actually up his alley.
This is up his alley. This is the right wizard, fighter, warlock to ask.
Yeah, Tobias was like, can you tell me more about the plot? And Craigory had his eyes shine like you up in a doorway you didn't want to open, but you sure fucking did.
He was like, not off the bat, but I can figure it out.
Though I do want to make a couple of notes as you guys change locations. What have you done with the mirror shard? Where is it gone?
Tobias is giving it to Craigory for safety.
Alright.
Cool! It's entered Craigory's vicinity, technically. I need to make a wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Oh, you're shitting me. Oh no. Wisdom save is a plus what? Plus 5. It could.
I can give you bardic inspiration.
Well, it's a little too late.
I already put it down.
The 11 doesn't make it. You,
time to take a look-see.
It's sitting in your hand, and you get the urge to take a peek. You're so curious. You're so curious. I mean, what will you see? What will you see now that you don't have the pact you did before, what will you see now? That's
More
a
the
question that pops up in your
curiosity.
head, and now you need the answer to it. You need it. Make
Can
me
I
another
do-
wisdom saving throw.
Can I do
Unless
something
Tobias
about
wants
it?
to do something. Yeah,
Smack.
let's see what Tobias does.
What can I do about it?
Whatever you want, baby.
You can hit him.
It's Tobias noticing.
You have magical spells up the wazoo.
Yeah, he just Tobias noticing that Craigory has his hand in his pocket, touching the mirror, has slowed down a little bit. Seems to be thinking about it. He's like, no. He's going to punch him as hard as he can in the arm.
I do. Okay. 2 questions on that immediately rise for me. One, Tobias is small. Depending on which
Yes.
side he's on, he'd have to punch pretty high. Would he think to do that? Because otherwise he might just get the
he
short
will.
ribs, and that actually would be a motherfucker.
There's just Craigory just has a hand on one side. It's easy to see the big missing part. He's not
Yeah.
going to punch that.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
That would have been funny, but no.
Well,
Yes.
certainly gets the attention.
I'm gonna say, because of the punch, you get a advantage on your wisdom save for
That's
for
really
not
good.
for.
Because he rolled a fucking 6
Yeah.
again. So let's.
Oh.
Okay. That'll do it. 21 this time.
Thank
Yep,
the
that'll do it.
gods.
Okay. Okay, so that means you do make the save for resisting against the mental changes, but you still do get to see whatever's in that reflection.
God, man. Huh.
What the shit?
What would it be now is up to you. But hey, finger guns.
Well, you see, the motherfucker of it is, because it's like your worst self, but also I'm getting the impression it's like what you're afraid your worst self is.
Mm-hmm.
The motherfucker is, it's not really that different than before. Craigory's fear is that
Mhm.
nothing may have ultimately changed.
Nothing's new, nothing's new, nothing's new, nothing's new.
I mean, hey, nothing happened while you were looking, so.
Yeah.
Although after you have gotten a good look, you're able to shake off the
He just jams his eyes shut
the
and
urge
sticks
to
it
look.
in his coat.
Yep.
Dude.
Yep.
What the hell?
Sorry.
We probably should go find some place to put this thing before we do anything else.
I mean, it seems to do better when it's in a hammer space.
Yeah, my experience has been Hammerspace is pretty good at nullifying curses in general, just basically on a non-interaction bit. The trouble is if you accidentally fumble it out.
Well, put it in there.
Yeah, it's going. He sticks it in.
Um.
I'll ask Lynn if
Oh.
there's...
Obby? Oh, there's the...
Okay.
Don't you have something else in your... space?
Yeah.
Okay. That might be a problem later. Who knows?
Oh.
Be real funny later.
I have said it. The words are out of my mouth. It is a thing that has happened.
Cool. You have 2 extremely cursed things in your hammers.
Incorrect.
And
3
they
extremely
might-
cursed things in his hammer space.
And they might
One of them
interact
is
with each
just
other.
not as a result of this whole series of events.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And
This is a disaster.
Those things might interact with each other, and in oh, Jesus Christ, they're
Obby, we're
not
so
a
good at
singular
this.
brain
We're
cell.
so good at this, Obby.
They're
There's
idiots.
nothing.
All of them. They're so stupid. I love them.
We can't think
The
when
brain
those
cell
people
left.
are being played.
The brain cell left.
This is a pain in the ass.
Anyway, Craigory's just setting books down on a table like thump, 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 thump.
Just as many books as you can find about fate, plot, destiny, narrative, etc.
Tobias is just sitting at the table like, oh gods, oh gods, oh god.
Yeah, no, this pile is becoming increasingly big.
Only if I can read all that.
Well, here's the thing. That's the thing. You're not supposed to read all of it. This is just a general base, and then we can narrow, like, your actual query. We narrow it down, puts back the stuff that, you know, doesn't actually pertain, and we narrow it down.
Lovely. Okay. That's a scary pile still.
Chump change to a wizard.
Yeah. This is Craigory's idea of a good time.
Yay!
Yay!
Wizard birthday party.
That could potentially be a spot where we would leave off. Yeah.
Tobias' look of horror and Craigory's look of delight.
Like, as you guys are, like, sitting down to potentially take a crack at these books, there's, like, a meow as Luna, Cassius's familiar, kind of hops up and lays down right across any book you're trying to read.
Ooh. Luna!
Perfect.
I'm gonna cry at Kitty Cat.
She is being a problem.
Screen shrinks
Because
down.
Maybe
on Luna's
because
face.
Astia's...
What pissed off
Maybe
her,
because...
dude.
Maybe Cassius asked her to be a problem and a nuisance for them for a little bit. Who knows? You won't.
Okay. Thanks.
Screen shrinks on Luna's smug face and goes to black.
Good lord.
Yeah, that's our FPS.
Woo!
Good job, everyone.
Yay!
We did it, and now we can die in peace.
Yeah!
Alright, I'll stop my recording. Good show,
Good night,
everyone.
everybody.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.